see you again. Thank you for joining me for my second part of the video, which is YouTube influenced purchases. And this video is about fails. So products that I bought because I saw them on one of the YouTube channels, on the beauty bloggers videos, and that I regret buying or don't really feel like I need this product additionally in my collection. There are 5 products. They're all makeup related products that I bought and I don't really like them. Either I'm not going to use them so much because I don't feel like they add value to the products that I already have, or they just didn't suit me at all. So here they go. So the first product is an eye primer, and it's a Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. To be honest, I don't even remember on which vlog I saw this, but I remember that it was in one of the videos, and it was recommended as a really good evening out primer because it has quite a bit of color. So when you apply it, it doesn't look transparent on your skin. And it's not that I hate it, but by this time I already have Urban Decay, Too Faced, and one other primer, I think by E.L.F, which I think is actually even better than this one. I just find it a bit dry on my skin. When I apply it, it emphasizes a little bit all the wrinkles and all the fine lines. And the color of the eyeshadow goes on okay, but it's too much coverage almost for me. It's really opaque. It has almost like a foundation / concealer color when you apply it, which is much more than any of the other primers, like for example Urban Decay. So I do use it sometimes when I feel it's appropriate to have a high coverage, but overall I don't really think I need it, and I would be perfectly fine with all the other eyelid primers that I have. The second product is a brush, and it's a brush from E.L.F called Small Stipple Brush. And because I loved the Real Techniques Stipple Brush that I showed in my YouTube purchase success videos, I decided to try it. I saw it on Emily Noel video on her channel, and she was talking about her favorite E.L.F products. And it's called Small Stipple Brush, and again I've used it a little bit. I don't hate it, but I was very disappointed because I was expecting something as good as Real Techniques. It's smaller, which is why I wanted to try it. So I wanted for more targeted application, but it's a very different quality. It almost feels like bristles didn't blend that well together. You can really see the light ones and the dark ones very clearly, whereas in the other one, they're very mixed. And overall, I'm not really enjoying using it. I don't get a very even application. It is losing some of the hair when I apply it, so I just thought that maybe I should have bought another one from Real Techniques or tried a new one from Sigma, which I probably will end up doing anyway because I wanted a smaller stippling brush, but the E.L.F one just didn't do it for me. And as I said, I don't hate it, but I will probably reach out for it less and less if I have another stippling brush that I will like. The third product is a foundation, and it's a Clarins Ever Matte foundation. I saw it on one of the blogs where the beauty blogger also has oily skin, so I thought it would be very interesting to try. She was talking about how mattifying it is and how long lasting it is, which is very important for me as well. I've tried it, I've tried to wear it a few times, and what I don't like is that I find it very dry. When I apply it, I feel that it's mattifying, but it's mattifying because it dries everything out. And I do have oily skin, so of course you need some of the dryness, but it's too dry, too cakey, and I feel like everything is emphasized because it just goes into your skin and into all the fine lines. It's oil-free, which potentially is good for the skin, but I don't use it a lot, and I probably, if I would have tried it in a sample or something, I wouldn't have bought it because it just doesn't feel nice on my skin. And I don't have a purely oily skin, I have combination, which is maybe why it's not really for me. But this is very skin specific and you might like it. It has a lot of nice claims. It's non-comedogenic, it's oil free, and well, Clarins is a very nice brand. So I'm not saying it's a bad product, it's just it didn't fit me at all. Then I will of course talk about mascara, because with the amount of mascaras we try, there needs to be one that we don't like. And for me it's Max Factor 2000 Calorie Dramatic Volume. It's quite an iconic product, but I only bought it a couple of months ago because again I saw it on one of the bloggers review my favorite products, and this was a favorite mascara, mass market for volume. And I've tried it, and I've tried it a few times just to give a good judgment, and this is the product that I don't hate, but I just don't get any volume from it. I get length and definition and a bit of a emphasis to the lashes, but to call it 2000 calorie volume, I just don't think is justified for me personally. It's not a bad brush. It's a bristle brush, quite classic, so it's nothing unique, but also nothing scary. I know some people find plastic brushes a bit too aggressive for their eyes, so it's probably worth trying, and it's not that expensive, but I just caught myself not using it almost at all in the last month because I don't find the effect on my lashes to be anything amazing, and I probably have to work a lot with it to get something out of it. And then the last product is MAC, and I know it's very scary to include MAC into fail video, but there are some products that don't suit everyone. It's a highlighter, and I have it in a shade called Shell Frost, and I saw it on Pixie Woo channel, so Samantha Chapman or her sister were talking about it, and I wanted to try it. They were talking about it as a very good highlighter, which is quite shimmering. And maybe I should have listened more carefully, because I don't enjoy a lot of shimmer in my highlight, but basically it ended up being too shimmering for me. When I apply it, I feel like my skin almost looks oily because it's so much shine. And I use it sometimes for evenings or for some events where everything is a bit more emphasized, so you need more shimmer, more color, but for every day it's just too much for me, and I ended up not using it. It's a very nice texture, I really like it, and it's a nice shade as well. It's very neutral, so I'm sure it will suit a lot of people. And I also think that the fact that it says Frost means that it's the range that is more shimmering. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Maybe I just chose the wrong shade. But basically I would want something very similar, but with less pearl and less glitter, so that it looks more natural on the skin. So I'm still using it. It's not a complete fail, but I bought it originally to be my everyday highlighter, and it's not. So it ended up being a bit more niche. I also thought that it's maybe too big to be a highlighter. It's 3 grams and the pack is quite big, so I don't know, for it being not an everyday product, how long it will take me to actually finish using it. So it almost feels like you get too much of this specific product. So those were the 5 products that I bought because I saw them on YouTube that I don't really like. And when I was looking at all 5 of them and we're talking about them, it's not like I regret buying them. I don't really think, oh my god, I've spent so much money and why did I buy it? No, I just think that if I would have tried, or if I would have read a little bit more about them and be maybe more prepared, I wouldn't have bought them, and I don't end up using them a lot, which is of course always a pity when you bought something. But they're not a complete disaster, so it's just a personal taste. And if you love any of those products, please don't get offended or take it personally. Just let me know why you like them, and maybe I'm using them wrong, so I'm really curious to know your opinion and your point of view. And if there are any products that you bought that you regret buying, I would be just interested to know. So please let me know in your comments, because it's always nice to share experience and opinion, and maybe avoid some of those purchases in the future. Thanks a lot for joining me today. I really hope this video was useful. Let me know any comments or questions. I'm very happy to read your opinion as well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a nice day. Bye.